Hi everybody, Diaz here. In today's video, I wanted to explain to you what is a studio set. And this is in reference to the FA-06 and FA-08 workstations. So what is a studio set? A studio set has three basic functions. The first function allows you to lay out 16 different tones that you can use in your songs. So let's take a look at that right now and you'll see what I'm saying. So if we take a look at the FA, we only see, this is all a studio set, we see just the one part. But in actuality, there are 16 parts. So an easy way to see that is to press the studio set, split and dual, and now you can see all the different parts right here. So let's say you're doing a certain type of song and you tend to use a lot of the same sounds. A studio set will allow you to keep those different sounds and use them in this type of song you normally create. So one that I tend to do, and I'll go up here and let's create a user. And I might go ahead, in my recordings, I like to always have, let's say, an electric piano. So I might come into here, put an electric piano. I might come into part number 2 and maybe put a bass. And I really tend to favor the compressor bass. I really like that one, the comp finger bass. And then I might come into here and say, well, let's go ahead and put some strings. And then I might go ahead and say, you know what, I like to use the power session drum kit. Now, from here, I can go ahead and press the right button and I'll save that studio set. So let's say from here, I'm gonna go ahead from the studio set, press enter, and I'm gonna rename it. So I'm gonna call this one Ed's studio set. So let's do that very quickly now. So okay, now that I've done that and I've renamed it, I'll go ahead and write it. Now, I get a choice of where I want to put that studio set. I can put it in user 001 or any of the other ones that are available here. So I'll go ahead and put it in 001 studio set, right? And now that studio set is there for me. So when I have a quick song idea and I tend to use a lot of the same sounds when I'm just writing songs, I can just pull up that studio set and begin the songwriting process. I don't have to go searching for sounds every time. Now, a question you might have is, can I change those sounds and create a new studio set from that, or save it into that studio set? The answer is yes. You would just go choose that sound and resave it, maybe call it a different name and put it in a different spot. It's pretty easy. Now, the second thing a studio set is used for are to create layers. So remember, quick review, a layer is when we take two or more sounds, and just pretty much lay them on top of each other. Okay, so let's go up to my studio sets here, and I'm gonna go to a free area, and let's go to number 3, and I'm gonna do the same thing, studio set, and I'm gonna come to here, one that once again, I love to use. I might go ahead and take this piano, leave that there. I might come into here, into my electric piano. I love using that 76 Pure. And then I might come in and let's put a string, and then also maybe a vocal kind of choir. And so I might take something kind of like this here. Let's do angel sing, something like that. So now to put them all together or lay them all together, or so now I'll come into here and I'll just go ahead and put them in the keyboard that quickly. And so now I have all those sounds in the key bed. Now, if I wanted to do it even quicker and take sounds in and out, I could go to the pad utility, pad mode, and I can go ahead and turn the keyboard switch on and off by pressing number 7. So now look, I have 4 parts, they're blinking. I might say in this example, I don't want that piano. I want it to be electric piano, string, and that vocal. Now it's just that. Or maybe I don't want that voice. Maybe I just want the electric piano and the strings. Or maybe bring back the piano, take out the electric piano, and put back the strings and the voice. And that quickly we added it. So now that I built that basic layer, let's go ahead and save it. So press right, and I'm going to say it's still a studio set. Remember, a studio set can have 3 things. So just go ahead and press enter, and I'm going to rename it, and we'll call this one Piano, EP, String, and Vox. So let's do that real quick. Okay, now that I have it named, I'll go ahead and save it. And now that it's ready, I'll go ahead and come in, and we're going to save it in here. So I can choose where I want to save it, and I have all the different spots. I'll go ahead and keep it on number 3. So now just select it, and now that's saved very quickly. Okay, now the third thing that you can use a studio set for is to go ahead and create a split, so we can have different sounds within the key bed. So I can have the bass down here, the electric piano, maybe a lead up here. So let's create one of those very quickly within the studio set. So I'm going to go back up here. Well, I'll tell you what, let's do this one a little bit differently. I'm going to use what I already kind of have up and just make a couple of quick changes. So I'll come into here and I'll say I want to put that electric piano here, and I'm going to go ahead and choose a nice bass sound right there, and there's my comp style finger bass, and I'll leave the strings and the angel sing, but this time I have to put a split point in here. So now I'll come into here and I'll figure out where I want to do that very quickly, and I might go ahead and just put the bass down here. So same thing, the keyboard parts are all on, but this time I'm going to put the split point. So if you look right here, I can go ahead and adjust where that split point is for the EP. And I'm going to make the EP, the strings, and the angel sings all the same. So I can either do it this way by spinning the dial wheel, or a quick way, highlight it, press and hold shift, and there it is right there. So right there, and one more. Good. Now let's do the bass, get the bass set up, but this time instead of adjusting the lower, I'm going to adjust the higher. So I'm going to go right here. Now instead of being C like I was before, I'll just go down to B. And so now I have very nice. Very nice split. Now let's save that split. So press the right button. It's a studio set once again. This time I'm going to rename it, and let's go ahead and delete. Delete piano, and I'm going to insert, and I'll call this one bass and string Vox. There we go. Okay, and this one is on number 3, but remember that's where we had our layer. So instead of putting it there, I'm going to put it on number 4 and enter. So great, now you see the studio set used for 3 different functions. The first function was as a recording studio set, so I can go ahead and use it on the particular genre of songs that I like, because a lot of us tend to use a lot of the same sounds when we're songwriting. So that's what the first one was. And just to review, that one I just called that my studio set, because that's how I tend to write songs with those type of sounds. The next one, we created a layer. So that's multiple sounds layered on top of each other to give you a big, rich sound. And the last one was a nice split. So we have a bass down here, and then we went ahead and layered the EP, string, and the Vox. And if we wanted to, we could have put another split up on the upper end of the keyboard, maybe a lead. So as you see, creating different studio sets is not very hard. It's actually a fun task. You have a lot of space to do it. And remember, they can be 3 different things, for recording, for a layer, and also for a split, and you can save them in your FA. All right, you guys try this at the house, and I'll talk to you later.